What's up, YouTube? Ralphdatrader here, back with another video. Today's video, another NAS weekly review. You guys know I love the NASDAQ. All right, so hey man, the NASDAQ gave off some very beautiful setups this past week. Had some very nice movement on the NASDAQ. Some of them I was able to participate in, and some of them I was not because I was not at the screen in time. All right, to take the trade at his desired price level that I was looking to get in at. But overall, fairly nice week. And so I want to just review this week with you guys and show you guys how you could have been able to partake in some of these trades. All right, so let's get into it. So as you guys already know, for me, I'm marking up my highs and my lows. So as you can see here, we have our high of the day and we have our low of the day before coming into the NY session. All right, so looking to trade the NASDAQ in NY session. So we have our high, we have our low, and then, I'm also looking at price inside of the 100 pip box. So you don't know the 100 pip box is price. All right, so you have this solid horizontal line here, which is the double zero. So I look at this as this is a dollar. Okay, then we have our one of our quarter levels, which is the 75. All right, that's 75 cents. Okay, then we have our middle level of the 100 pip box, which is the 50 level. So this is 50 cents. Okay, then we have our next quarter level. All right, this is 25 cents. Okay, then we're to our next double zero level, which is a dollar. So do you have a $1? You have 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, and you back at a dollar. So this is our 100 pip box. Okay, this is our 100 pip box here. So from here to here, this is our 100 pip box. So I'm always looking at price and see how it performs inside of that 100 pip box. Okay, so as you can see on for Monday, I have the high marked up and I have the low marked up. Right, let's just blow this up. So on Monday, this past Monday was a bank holiday for USD. All right, it was a bank holiday for USD, and I think we also had like some FOMC low impact news. Let me see. Yeah, so we had a bank holiday for USD. So the US banks aren't open, and we had some FOMC news at 9 a.m. and also at 12 p.m. 12:50 p.m. we had FOMC news. So on Monday here, you can see that when the market opened up on Sunday, all right, you can see that we had this big gap that was created. So, all right, had this big gap that was created. All right, so they limit down here. Okay, and you can see that before coming into your session, you're looking at price action. Okay, seeing how price action is performing inside of your 100 pip box because we're doing nothing until we get a signal, okay? Until we get a signal that price is going to tap into our high or our low. So as you can see, price was just accumulating, okay? It was accumulating in between our dollar and 50 cent, all right? In between our dollar level and our 50 cents. So we was accumulating inside of a 50 pip box, okay? So now once the NY session opened up at during our timing window at 8 a.m., you can see price continue to accumulate for this is 1 hour because we're on the M30. I use the M30, but you can use whatever time frame that you prefer. Okay, so I'm on the M30. So for this 1 hour, you can see that price continue to just accumulate. All right, then at here at 9 a.m. new 4 hour candle. All right, this new 4 hour candle, you can see price still continue to accumulate. All right, and then at 9:30, all right, 9:30 opens up. All right, it triggers the low, and it also triggers the high once it closed. Okay, so once it closed, so now you have to wait for confirmation because now you have a low that was triggered, and you have a high that was triggered. Okay, so and from based off of Friday's move, you can see that we closed in an uptrend. All right. So you always pay attention to market structure. So I did get a comment about how does this work with market structure. I'm always paying attention to market structure. Okay. I'm always paying attention to market structure, but I'm also reading price action. All right. So you can see that Friday we did close in an uptrend. So as 9:30 candle close, you can see that we closed outside of our current high of the day, and we also went about 30 to about 30 pips outside of our 100 pip box. All right. So now we're heading into that third hour. Third hour. Okay. Third hour candle closes a bearish candle, giving us this here is a tweezer top. Okay. This is a tweezer top. So you had a nice quick scalp here. All right. During that third hour. All right. Enter here above. We entered above the dollar. All right. We're at a high. So you entered in above a dollar and you take it to your low of the day. You're targeting your low of the day. So you had a 50 pip move. All right. So we did have about like 60 pips, but you did get your 50 pips out of this trade. All right. But as you can see from earlier, you know that we had our low of the day was triggered too. Okay. But if you're always pay attention to price action, you can see that price action is holding. All right. It's holding at that 50 cent level. All right. We're holding at that 50 cent level. Now at 11 a.m., you can see we get a tweezer bottom. All right. Because look how prices respect in the 50 level. We're holding above 50. All right. We're holding above 50. So if you did not catch the short trade, now you could have caught the long trade in line with the trend. Because remember, we was in a uptrend. All right. But we did have a nice quick scalp, nice half day scalp. All right. With the sell. But we also had the buy move. All right. And you can see you had the buy move that happened outside of the timing window. But if you were still at your chart, you could have partake in the buy move. All right. So now let's go into Tuesday. All right. So coming into Tuesday, we want to repeat the same process. Okay. We want to repeat the same process. We want to mark off our high of the day and our low of the day before our NY session opens during our timing window, which is at 8 a.m. EST. All right. So, and on Tuesday, I think we had, let's see what we had on the calendar for Tuesday with USD. So on Tuesday, we had some low impact news. All right. We had low impact news at 10. Um, about 6 o'clock, we had some low impact news, but at 1 o'clock, we had some medium news. We had some FOMC. We had Waller speaking at 1 p.m. So with that being said, all right, we had medium impact news at 1 p.m. So when we do not have any major red news, this is just me, when we do not have any major red news, uh, with in that 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock before the market opens, the NY open at 9:30, I will look to take a trade at the open. Okay. So, but we still have to remember, we still have to stick to our rules. All right. Stick to our rules. So you have your high marked up and you have your low marked up. All right. Coming into your session, coming into the NY session. And you can see that we are trading inside of this 100 pip box. Okay, we're trading inside of this 100 pip box here because here's our dollar and here's our dollar. So from here to here, we're inside of our 100 pip box. Okay, so and knowing that, all right, we were still pretty much in an uptrend. All right, let me remove this arrow tool. We were still in an uptrend, okay, based off of Friday and Monday. Price is still in an uptrend. So you can see when the session opened up on Tuesday during the Asian session, once again, we was just accumulating, all right? We was just accumulating. And now once our session opened up, you can clearly see that at 8 a.m., price opened up with the engulfing candle, all right? Engulfing this previous candle here, all right? We engulfed that previous candle, all right? You can see price did come down. It did not trigger our low, but we are at the low and we are in an uptrend. All right, we are in an uptrend. Okay, 8:30, we get another bullish candle. All right, 9 a.m. new 4-hour candle. All right, we get this pin hammer. Okay, we get a pin hammer. 9:30. All right, you could have gotten in at 9:30, or you could have waited until the 9:30 candle closed. As you can see, it closed as a strong bullish candle, and you could have gotten in here at 10 a.m. if you wanted to wait until after 9:30, and you definitely had your 50 pips out of that move. clearly see, we ran about 100 or something. So you could have entered here, all right, once price broke below our uh, open price, all right, at the open price of the day. Oh, excuse me, because we want to get in at the lowest point. So, and you can see that price is holding above 50 cent once again, like it did on Monday. Price is holding above 50 cent. So, like I said, you at soon as the market, our session opened at 8 a.m., we got an engulfing. All right, this candle engulfed this previous candle. All right, we're at our low of the day. Price is also holding at 50. All right, so you had an engulfing candle, or if you see this, also it's a engulfing, it's a tweezer bottom. Okay, so technically, you know what I mean, you could have technically you could have gotten in at 8:30. All right. Once again, you had the 9 a.m. giving us a pin hammer. So you had these three candles here. All right, if you study candlesticks pattern, so you had three white soldiers here, which is a signal that price is going to go up. All right, that's a sign that price is going to go up. And like I said, you could have entered at 9:30, entered on the 9:30 candle right at the market open because we did not have any major red news. Okay, but if you wanted to wait until after 9:30, your entry was at 10 a.m. Okay, now depending on the time frame that you're on, you know what I mean, your entry is probably a little bit lower, but you know I'm using a 30-minute time frame. So there was your entry on Tuesday for the continuation. All right. Even though price took out our previous day's high, this is what I try to tell you guys. This is why you have to always look at market structure and always pay attention to price action. So even though price did take out our previous day's high, but it did not give us a sell signal. All right. In that timing window, we did not get a sell signal. All right. So that is just a signal when price hits our high of the day, our low of the day, high of the week, low of the whichever one previous day's high is just a signal. We still have to wait on confirmation. Okay. So we stayed in line with the trend on Tuesday. We had the buy low setup. All right. Gave us a nice buy low setup. And as you can see, it was a nice move up to my. This was beautiful, man. So if you was in that, man, congrats. And then as you can see, once price did break continue with breaking out of the our high of the day, our high of the day and our previous day's high. You can see outside of the timing window, it did give you a drop, but this is outside of our timing window. So if you were still on the charts, you were able to catch this little pullback. All right. So there's a still nice little 50 pip pullback. All right. Nice. You still had 50 pips inside of this pullback, but this was our move. Okay. This is our move. Still paying attention to market structure. All right. Even though we had previous days highs and highs of days hit, but we did not get a sell setup within our timing window. All right. Now let's go into Wednesday. All right. Wednesday, what we have on the calendar for Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we had uh, a, a core PPI news. We had PPI at 8:30. Okay, then we had FOMC. So we had major red news at 8:30. Then we had medium impact news at 10:15. And once again, we had major red news FOMC at 2 p.m. So coming into Wednesday, we want to do the same thing. Where's our high? Where's our low? All right. And we're paying attention to our 100 pip box. Okay. So our 100 pip box that we're trading in. So as you can see, when the New York session opened up, you can see that price was just accumulating. All right. You just accumulate. Then you can see at 9:30, price triggered our current high. Right? Price triggered our current high of the day and also triggered our previous day's high. Okay. So we got a signal, all right? But after we get our signal, we need to wait on confirmation, all right? So you can see price continue to just accumulate, all right? Just a steady accumulating. Then once again, you can see here at 10:30, price closed as a bullish engulfing, all right? Back at our high, all right? We're back at our high, okay? We're back at our high. So we're continuing to just wait, all right? We just continue to wait, and you can see at 11, all right, at 11 a.m., they give us this bearish engulfing, all right? Give us the bearish engulfing coming off of high because we had our current high and our previous day's high triggered, all right? And here you could have taken an entry here at 11:30, all right, for a quick scalp, all right, for a nice 50 pip scalp. And like always say, depending on the time frame that you're on, you know what I mean, you probably have a better entry on your time frame, okay? But as you can see that on Wednesday was it was really sloppy, and just keeping in mind that the overall trend is an uptrend, but you did have a quick scalp here. All right, we did have a quick scalp here. All right, for our 50 pips before FOMC news was coming out at 2 p.m. And then as you can see, price came down. All right, once again, holding above that 50 cent level. All right, price is holding above the 50 cent level and our open price level. Okay, so we're holding above 50 cent level once again. Then we had our FOMC news, which was at 2 p.m. And as you can see, you had this pin hammer. All right, they triggered our low of the day. Right, so if everybody's on different times. So, some people's able to partake in this in the buy low setup. So you have your pin hammer. All right, 2 p.m. This was our FOMC news. All right, so we have our FOMC news closing as an engulfing candle. All right, we got an engulfing. You had the pin hammer engulfing, and you could have taken a trade here back into the high, and you can see this. You clearly had 50 pips out of this move. So we had the pin hammer, the engulfing, and you also had a 3-bar pattern, which gave you a morning star with this candle, this candle, this candle, morning star. All right, reversal candlestick pattern, pin hammer, reversal candlestick pattern, bullish engulfing, confirming. Right, however you wanted to look at this, we had a buy low setup. We had price action respecting our 50 cent level. All right, we also triggered our low of the day. All right, so this was still a trade setup outside of the timing window. You still had a trade setup outside of the timing window if you were still looking at your charts. All right, so now let's go into Thursday, and we just want to repeat everything, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. All right, so on Thursday we had more CPI news at 8:30. Okay, we had more CPI major red news at 8:30, and we had um, low impact news at 10:30 and 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. we had low impact news. So 8 a.m. All right, you want to always, like I say, always look at market structure. You can see that market structure was continuing to be in an uptrend. Okay, we was continuing to be in an uptrend. So as our New York session opens up at 8 a.m., all right, you always want to mark off your highs, mark off your lows before the session opens. All right, mark off your highs, mark off your lows before your session opens. Okay, have a visual of what it is that you're looking for. All right, so once the session opened, we had our major red news at 8:30. All right, and as you can see that when the day opened, when this Thursday opened, you can see that we broke above our previous day's high. So that's another signal. It's not a take a trade just because the previous day's high has been hit. We do not do that. Right? We wait on confirmation. Just this is just a signal. This is just giving you something to look forward to. Okay, something you look forward to. So it's just a signal day. That's all it is. Just a signal, giving us a signal. So as you can see, when the Asian session opened up, we did uh, take out the previous day's high. So now this is when you have other time frame traders are in the market. All right. So as you can see, but price was coming into our New York session. We can see that price was clearly accumulating. All right. We was clearly accumulating. All right. Above our 100, above the dollar price level. All right. We was accumulating above the dollar price level. All right. Our major red news uh, comes out at 8:30. And once again, respecting that 50 cent level. All right. So now it triggered our current low of the day. Okay. It triggered our current low of the day. So now when price has triggered our previous day's high and also triggered a low or a high of the day, depending on which one, wherever price is at. Right. So for me, price the previous day's high take precedence over the low of the day or the high of the day. All right. So that take precedence, but I'm also looking at price action. So as you can see, we took out our previous day's high. All right. And then at 8:30 with our news, okay, we took out our we hit our low of the day. All right. We took out our low of the day and we had our major red news. So when there's major red news, we want to wait until 10. We want to wait until the open. All right. We want to wait until 9:30. All right. But as you can see that when our major red news came out, all right, we had the previous day's high was already gave us the signal. Okay. Then major red news hit our low of the day. But look how major red news is rejecting. Okay. It is rejecting that 50 cent level once again, like it did the previous 3 days. Okay. The previous 3 days, we was rejecting the same price level. Now, this is where you have to just pay attention to price action. Just pay attention to price action, man. All right. So as you can see, we get a rejection. All right. 9 a.m. new 4 hour candle. All right. We get another rejection. Okay. Another rejection. 9:30. Here's our 9:30 candle. All right. 9:30. Closing as an indecision candle. But look at the rejection. So you got one, two, three rejections at this price level. You're in a uptrend, right? You're in a uptrend. Okay. We're in an uptrend. So you could have taken a trade here. All right. You could have taken a trade here. 10 a.m., third hour, right? You got one, two, three rejections at this price level. Three rejections at this price level. We're in a uptrend. Okay. Price did give us it did signal our previous day's high. And it also triggered our current low of the day. But where's price at during that time, during our time rotation? 10 a.m., we're at the low of the day. We're at the low of the day. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Okay, we're respecting this level. So once 10 a.m. open up, right, as it opened, it pulls back, all right, and it starts breaking this candle, you could have been in. Okay, you could have been in. And what you do is you just watch the clock. If you're on the 30-minute time frame, okay, when this 10 a.m. candle opens up, you can just wait. Okay, 10 a.m., I'll wait 15 minutes. Okay, see what happens in 15 minutes. As this candle continues to push up, you could have taken an entry right back to the high for a nice quick scalp, session scalp. Or you could have just waited until this candle closed. So now you got this candle closing as an engulfing. All right, still in that third hour, 10 a.m. You could have taken an entry right here at the level. All right, and you could have still gotten your 50 pips. All right, and then outside of the timing window is when they gave us the high of day setup. All right, because they was just holding price here until the news. Okay, so typically what I've noticed that when there is some major red news out outside of the timing window, right, they will hold price. They will not give you the nice move inside of the session. They will hold price, and the news will give you the move. So just pay attention to price action. Okay, always pay attention to price action. Even though we did have a signal, all right, inside of our timing window, but we had the long, we had the long move. All right. We had the long move, just paying attention to price action and looking at how price action is respecting our levels. Respecting our levels. Okay. We got clearly rejections. You could have taken the buy move here during our third hour. And if you was at your charts, then we had low impact news. So for me, I trade low impact news. Low impact. If it's major red news, I'm not trading. Low impact news, I would trade it. So outside of the timing window, we had the high of day setup. All right, we had the high of day setup. They came out, they gave us the engulfing. This was the news on FOM, the low impact FOMC news. Your engulfing is here. Man, you could have got in on the news. All right, it's low impact news, man. So you could have traded that. And that was your trade. Okay, now going into our Friday, which is our last day of the week, you can see that the FOMC news had gave us a break instruction, right? Because you can see we broke this higher low, All right, we closed above this higher low. So now we have a breaking structure. As you can see, when the Asian session opened up, price just accumulating. London session gave us a nice little drop, creating a lower low. Now coming into our NY session, we want to rinse and repeat. What are we looking for? We're marking up our high and we're marking up our low. Okay, so as price, all right, so as our session opened up at doing our timing window at 8 a.m. All right. And on Friday, let me see if we had any news out on Friday. So on Friday, we had FOMC at 9 a.m., medium impact news, and we had um, major red news at 10 a.m. Okay, major red news at 10 a.m. So we just want to wait. All right, we're going to wait now. Like I say, depending on, you know, the type of trader you are, you have a move. Okay. You have a buy move here, but that's not what we're doing here. Okay, we want to wait. We want to wait until we get a signal. So we have our high of the day, low of the day, previous day's high, um, previous day's low, weekly, monthly highs. We want to wait on our signal. All right, that's the way that I trade. So you see when our session opened up at 8 a.m. All right, price continued to push. Uh, price continued to push up. All right, so now you can see that we went almost 50 pips outside of our 100 pip box, because here's our 100 pip box once again. We have the dollar, 75, 50 cent, 25, and the $1. So we are trading inside of this 100 pip box right here. We're trading inside of this 100 pip box. And as you can see, we went almost, well, we went, let's just measure this. We went about 45 pips, almost 50 pips outside of the 100 pip box. So there's our stop hunt. Okay. And then look at this candle here. All right. 9:30. All right. At 9:30 gives us this indecision candle, but closing with this pin here. Then we had our news. Okay. 10 a.m. We had our major red news here. I'll just keep popping up. We had our major red news closing as a bullish engulf. I mean, not bullish, bearish engulfing. All right. So we had went almost 50 pips outside. Price gives us a bearish engulfing candle. All right. Bearish engulfing candle for our short trade in that third hour. All right. Depending on your broker, your levels might be a little bit different. Okay. It might be in a different spot, but still, we were in at this level. All right. You want to wait on a little pullback, or you can just take the trade once this candle closes. All right. You're still in above the 50 price level. So you had your 50 pips in this one candle. All right. So that was the review from this previous week with the NASDAQ. Like I said, man, they gave out some very, very nice moves. If you was able to partake in those moves, man, congratulations to you. I was able to catch some of those, all right, due to me being at work, but I was still able to get in some of those moves. So if you got value from this video, man, hit that like button. All right, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification for every time your boy drop a video. And like always, man, work hard, stay disciplined, and be patient, and know that your time is gonna come. Peace and love. Have a good one, family.